Welcome back to the corner, ladies and gentlemen. I am the DM as always, and today, yes, you are seeing it correct. This is Minecraft. There's a reason why I have Minecraft pulled up, and it's because I want to talk about game design. Okay, now I'll admit I've been very invested in this mod I've been playing called All the Mods 9. Okay, now they've come out with a more updated one called All the Mods 10, right? And for those that don't know, All the Mods is just a collection of a ton of different mods, right? This started out as a mod pack for just a group of friends, right? But a whole bunch of other people saw that they were doing this, they wanted it, so they made a mod pack, etc., etc., blah blah blah. Long story short, they made this mod pack, right? All the mods 9. This is the ninth iteration of it. 10 was not out when I downloaded this. Okay, so I've not looked at 10, and after what I've seen, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure I want to play all the mods 10. Okay, so I've tried to kind of hide who I am on Discord because of reasons or whatever, but I'm gonna be honest. Fuck that. This is a public Discord. Now, on this Discord, I asked if there was a way to put items from a chest into the refined storage system, specifically meaning this one, right? This is the storage system that I am using. It's from Refined Storage. It's where I have a lot, pretty much all of my materials at this point, right? I've got this. I'm pretty far into it at this point. I've got this, which has most of the things that you can make with EMC, right? Kind of stored into this, etc., etc. Long story short, I had set up this farm. This farm design is not one that I made. It's from a YouTuber called Alfred GG. They had this design, and as you can see, it is exceedingly fast. If I go into here, you can see that most of the materials, except for this Infernium, are at its cap, as well as the coal. Now, the reason why I have coal is because in order to get to the end game, the final destination, the end game is the ATM star. The ATM star is made using a whole bunch of these, but specifically for this, it's made via dark matter. What is dark matter? It's from Project E, which is this mod right here. It is this right here, the end version of this mod, right? And I'm trying to mass produce this because this is required in the making of the red matter, right? In order to make dark matter, you need coal because you need to make this block, which requires this, which requires this, which requires this, which requires coal, specifically coal, right? So I needed a way to mass produce coal. So I looked up guides on YouTube and I found this farm. And using this farm, let's see if I can find the seed. This farm was to make this, right? The coal seed, which is mass produced, which if I just look in here, you can see I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of maxed coal. Okay, I have 2 stacks of this stack upgrade tier 5, which is the highest you can get in the base mod, right? Which multiplies the stack value by 32. If you have 2, it multiplies the first stack value of 64 by 32. The second one multiplies that value of 64 times 32 by 32, right? Which gives you a total of 65,536, right? So I have 2 of these, and this is the max amount of stacks you can put into any of these chests, right? So I put into, to get this max value, I have a sequential fabricator to autocraft the coalescent, which is what is made by these coal seeds, in order to make them into coal so I can mass produce the dark matter, right? And so again, I was trying to look for a way to input this coal into my refined storage system. Now, obviously, I was going to compact this a whole bunch to make it less burdensome on my actual storage system because I don't have it maxed out yet. But so I was looking for a way to import it directly into this, right? So I go to the ATM of ATM, all the mods, official Discord, right? And I ask if there's any way to automatically put items from a chest into the refined storage system, because to my knowledge, there wasn't, right? So I was like, well, there are people that are on the Discord that are more knowledgeable about this mod. Maybe there's a way to combine all these mods together to be able to automatically import them into this, right? Because like applied energetics, for example, is a very big, usually prioritized mod for storage, both because the storage disks are easier to mass produce, and also because the mod, once it's up and running and everything, is extremely good, right? So we have this person who says importer question mark. So I had already looked in the JEI, which is I think just everything inventory or something like that. I had already looked at importer because I assumed the thing would be called import. And I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, right? So all these and all these, none of these are from refined storage, right? So I ask, which one? There's like 9 of them, some of them from integrated tunnels, extra storage, blah, 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 blah. And this guy is like, from refined storage. The quest line should tell you, right? So I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't understand, right? So I go to the quests because there are a lot of quests for pretty much all of them, right? And it shows you the entire quest line. You can download the mod, you can check it out for yourself. Like a lot of these just show like pretty much everything that is that the mod entails, like how to do it. Like there's this main quest line of how to like set up the simple stuff and whatnot, right? So I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't see anything. So this guy replies with this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no refined storage importer, right? But I backspace all this and then I control paste. And then I see this. Now, some of you might have noticed this from this one. It's right here. Hidden by the minimap. By the way, this minimap is the default position when you download the mod. Okay, now I'm playing on the Skyblock version. That'll be relevant here in a moment, right? But I didn't see this because it's hidden by my minimap, right? When I looked this up, I was like, over here, right? So if you look at this, it kind of blends in with the black background. So at this point, I'm kind of pissed. Oh, sorry. This was from a previous video I did. Dragon Age Velgard is at 9 out of 10, by the way. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? This shit was hidden by the minimap, right? And so I pull up this screenshot, right? Let me hide my bookmarks just that way there. And I point this out, right? Okay, so I was actually a bit further back in the Minecraft, right? I was probably, I think, around here or so, I think. Somewhere around here, right? I didn't see this at first until he had pointed it out. right? It's like, this shit was hidden by the minute. And at this point, I'm pissed, right? So like, this shit can be seen. And so I go and I make the cables, right? Because I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I'll just make this. And then I get the achievement, the quest advancement telling me that I done it. Now, like 98, 99% of these quests, when you complete them, give you like a very small reward that's related to the quest line, right? Like some refined alloys or just like something reflective of the quest, right? Or of the quest path. So I go to refined storage and I see all these quests suddenly appeared. And this sets me off. This, oh my, I cannot tell you the unfathomable, irrational rage that I still feel for this horse shit. Okay? So I go and I'm like, I'm like pissed off. And I'm like, this wasn't there before I made the cables. And I wish I had a screenshot of this shit. Because it wasn't. You can download the mod right now and you'll see. This shit's not there. But the moment you make the fucking cables, oh, all of a sudden, all these are here. Now I'm trying to control the level of volume of my voice. Because as you can see, it's fucking midnight where I am, right? So this sets me off. And I'm like, why isn't this shown by default, right? And I'm like, who designed these quests? What the fuck? This shit makes me irrationally angry. And then this guy is like, quests being hidden before crafting certain items is pretty normal. And I'm like, this is literally the first time this has happened. It's like, the bigger reactor quest does it too. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Right? So I got bigger reactors. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Right? Like, it's right here, right? And I'm thinking, like, this is because bigger reactors is just like essentially reactors, which is the way you make power and whatnot, which is how you power like this, how you power all these machines, how you power all of like a whole bunch of shit, right? And how you produce power, right? This thing right down here, I can't really show it all that well. Maybe if I go to don't worry about that. Like oh god, where's my mouse? I've lost my mouse. Okay, it's not actually going to show, but it's how like this gets powered. You can see right up here at the very top, middle, the 63.9K RF. That is the energy, right? That is the energy for this mod. So I'm like, what the fuck? And so when he says this and I see this, I go ahead and I'm like set off, right? I'm like, I've done all, like pretty much all of these first two quests, which is like literally getting started to like set yourself up to do the rest of the mod and everything, get you ready to make the ATM star, the all the mods star, right? The end game and everything. And I'm like, literally none of this do this. I've gone through like most all of these mods to like their end game, right? These ones that are in green, I've done literally every single quest that is in it. Like this Apotheosis gear, I've done all of it. This food and farming, I've done all of it. The spawners, I've done most of them. Everyone that you see with the green check mark, I've done those. Those ones that are complete. Mystical agriculture, I've done the vast majority. I've done the vast majority of like 90% of these fucking mods, right? And so I'm like, none of them do this. This isn't like pretty normal, right? And at this point, um, I'm already set off, right? Because this comes on top. So down here in Ars Nova or whatever, there's this quest called Amethyst Golem Charm. Now, in order to complete this quest, you hover over this and you see it says obtained by performing the Ritual of Awakening near Budding Amethyst. Now, if you are playing all the mods 9, just base, all the mods 9, this quest you can just do because it has the entire world generated and everything. However, as I said earlier, I am playing all the mods 9 to the sky, right? So I am playing a skyblock version. So things like Budding Amethyst don't spawn because the world generation doesn't happen, right? We don't have the typical world generation. It's, if you ever played Skyblock, it's that but with a whole bunch of mods, right? And if you haven't played Skyblock, Skyblock was essentially a way of playing Minecraft where if you played everything correctly, you could generate every single thing in Minecraft with just like a oak sapling, a bucket of water, and a bucket of lava, right? Like a single block of dirt, right? Um, and so Skyblock was like the ultimate way of proving that you could do anything in Minecraft, essentially, right? But Budding Amethyst, if you're playing Skyblock, does not spawn. It is impossible for it to spawn because of the way it's generated, right? It's generated in like I don't know the exact method of generation and whatnot, but because it has to be spawned in like a specific like small little like alcove of amethyst, right? And moving it or breaking it is like near impossible without actually just deleting it from the world, right? So even in normal play, budding amethyst is very hard to like actually get. And so in Skyblock, it's literally impossible without another mod called budding I think it's gemstones or something like that. That I have to install that mod in order to craft budding amethyst. Because in ATM 9 to the skies, it's literally not possible without like a specific code being written into the text box, right? Like creative mode, it just doesn't appear. The JEI, it just does not appear, right? So I'm like, this is like, so this is on top of literally having a quest in the mod that is literally impossible to complete without an entirely separate mod being added into ATM 9. Okay. And then that is on top of mechanism. Okay. So mechanism is like one of the best ways for generating like ores and whatnot in this. You can see this is like legitimately, this is like the very basics of mechanism. Okay. I've gone through the mechanism mod. Let me pull it up real quick. I've gone through this entire quest line, right? Like this is the base quest line. And this sets you up for mechanism advanced, right? I went through all of this, right? But the thing you have to remember about the pipes from mechanism is that in order to get, so if I were to place this pipe, right, on this block, right now, directly next to this one, they would fuse. Whatever is passed through this pipe would pass into this pipe. Okay. Now these pipes are different from these pipes, which are from the mod pipes with a Z. Okay. Now, these pipes, if you use this wrench, which is from the pipes mod, on these, if I were, let me just set myself to creative mode. Let me move away from this because I don't want to break that system, right? If you were to set a pipe directly next to this, you can see it's connected, okay? Now, if I just toggle myself out, if you use this wrench and you shift right click, you see it separates it, right? So this pipe still exists, but it's no longer connected to this pipeline, okay? And this is important. So I had gone through this entire mod pack, thinking that is how all of these pipes worked. Because even the pipes, let me just, even these pipes, right? Even these pipes work the same way. Now, these are energy cables. These are better than the energy cables that come from the pipes mod. They can carry a lot more energy, etc., etc. But these pipes are connectable, as you can see right here. Now, by doing it this way, these pipes draw energy from these pipes. So these pipes, when you see this graphic, draw energy from these pipes. But they still have their own energy capacity, right? So they still only draw a certain amount of energy through these pipes, etc., right? But this same wrench from the pipes mod still functioned the same way, right? And if I shift right clicked on specifically these pipes, it would break this pipe, right? And add it to my inventory, etc., blah, 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 blah. But if I did the exact same method over here, you can see this pipe is right next to this one. It doesn't connect. I've not done anything to alter these. They don't connect. They do not interact with each other. However, this same block, which is from the mechanism mod, does interact with the pipes mod in these pipes. So I have water being transported from this one, which is another mod, a third mod, okay, which produces an infinite amount of water, okay. So I use this mod along with these ultimate pipe upgrades, which allows 10,000 units of the water to be transferred through this mod. And you can see, again, I have these like directly next to them. I haven't done anything to it. And you can see it has max water here, there's max water here, etc., etc., etc. Right? This is actually not working for some reason. I don't know. I'll fucking worry about this later, probably after I end this video. Right? But you can see how these pipes interact. But if I take this same wrench and try to use it to apply it to any of these, it doesn't work. And if these two are connected, they just merge together and it legitimately ruins the entire setup that I have right here. The entire setup breaks. Okay, so I have to intentionally place an entire block of separation between these pipes in order to get them to work, right? Now, this is all very important. If you stuck with me this far, thank you for watching me. Thank you for sticking with me through this entire fucking rant, okay? So I'm like, so at this point, I go through every single mod, every single quest, okay? Now, this button right over here is like in edit mode for these mods. It shows everything, even quests that are hidden. Now, you can see right here, right? If I untoggle it, oh, look, this disappeared, right? It's because it shows hidden quests. Okay. Now, I went through every single quest that is here and toggled this on and off several times to see which ones had hidden quests. Because again, as a reminder, this person said it's pretty normal. Okay. So I went through every single one. Okay. Every single one. Okay. So all of these are hidden. And every one that's marked with this little icon right here is hidden. You can see I've actually completed this quest. It has the check mark. Here, I'll prove it. Okay. Because this is in refined storage. But you can see here, it's not there. But if I toggle this button, oh! They appear. And I've completed this one. Because I have this crafting monitor. Which you can see right here. Okay? And then there's this one with bigger reactors. Okay? There's this one right here. I'll show you. I'll show you on Minecraft. Okay? So if we scroll down to bigger reactors, I toggle this off, you can see, oh, this looks pretty small. But if I toggle this on, holy shit! Look at all these that are hidden. Okay? This is what we call bad design. Now, if this was actually in the majority of these quest lines, I wouldn't care. But it's not. This is in 2 quest lines. Bigger reactors, which is just this small section, okay? And refined storage, which is this right here and this right here. Okay? Those are all that's there. They're the only 2. This is not normal. This is bad design. Okay? I did not think that these cables specifically from refined storage were required because these pipes have served me in every other instance. Okay, you can see this utility X. Okay, so right up here, you can see. In fact, I actually can. I just thought of this. I actually can show you this. Let me get Epic Pen booted up real quick. Okay, so this right here is the mod name. Okay, so you can see this is utility X. This, if I clear this, wrong button. This is from Ender.io. Okay, so from a different mod. And then if I look at this, you can see this is from Paula, right? Which is, if I can find it, it's from this mod, right? This is the mod that I'm using to transfer a lot of my energy. Okay. And this is pipes. And pipes directly interacts with power, with the power mod. Okay. You can see that this right here, cooking for blockheads, directly interacts with pipes, which directly interacts with this mod. Okay. Which again directly interacts with this, etc., etc. I have this from Cobble for Days, which is a cobblestone generator, which directly interacts with this, which directly interacts with sophisticated storage, which directly interacts with Ex Machinis, whatever, a whole bunch of Latin, right? Which directly interacts with RF Tools utility, right? And so, to demonstrate this further, this directly interacts with applied energistics 2, which is all of this, right? Which interacts directly with all of this, which interacts directly with Ender.io to spawn these mobs, which interacts directly with mob grinding utils, which interacts again with item collectors, which interacts with sophisticated storage, right? So all of these mods, I've been led, and I've been playing this mod for a few weeks now. All of these mods directly interact with each other, right? So I've been led to believe by the natural progression of these quests that every mod in all the mods 9 directly interacts with each other. But now, with none of these mods who directly interact with each other having any hidden fucking quests, except for 2, right? Now, whatever they've replied with, I've not looked at, right? Because this shit has made me so irrationally angry that I had to load up OBS and bitch about this shit. This is bad design. It's such bad design that I directly DM'd this person, The Vortex, which is one of the developers for this mod. Now I'm not going to pull up. Actually, I will. Hang on. I didn't want to dox or reveal anyone I was talking to. So I messaged him this. Now I do not expect a response from this. And I'm like, what the fuck is this quest design bullshit? None of these nodes that connect the cable were visible until after I made the cables, right? But again, up to this point, I've never been led to believe that these cables from this one specific mod were required for anything, right? I haven't been led to believe this because all the mods have directly interacted with each other in every measurable way up until now. In fact, let me go over here, okay? So this is using mystical agriculture with farming for blockheads, with sophisticated storage, item collectors, pipes, thermal series, and again, sophisticated storage, but also Click Machine. It's a mod in and of itself with mystical agriculture, right? In order to automatically harvest all this, right? As well as these two to automatically generate nether stars and nitro crystals, which nitro crystals are required for the power mod, okay? Which itself directly interacts with Minecraft as well as the power mod, of course, right? Which again directly interacts with the pipes mod, okay? So, yeah, like all this is to say, this is bad design, right? This is all very bad design. And so that's what I wanted to rant about. This is bad design. If there were the majority of these quests, if they were hidden, that would be one thing. Okay. However, only like 3 very small parts of these quests are actually hidden behind things that are optional, right? Because again, like the things that are up here are hidden behind this, which is not required, which I've never had to build because of this, which automatically crafts for me. So I've never needed to go to the quest called auto crafting because I have an auto crafter right here from Thermal Series, right? So this is bad design. This is bad quest design. If they wanted to have these quests hidden, they should have more hidden, right? Like, so if at the start it was like, oh, this is getting started, make one of these controllers, and then this one, and all three of these are then revealed, that's good quest design. Because then I create this, and then this one, and this one is revealed. And then I know, hey, maybe I should craft these cables because it might reveal something. Right? And then all these other ones, like mystical agriculture, oh, this is where this is started at. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll get some of these, which is soul sand, right? And it reveals this, and I get these, and then it reveals this, right? And this is all to say, over here in mechanism, so the item I learned so like I was saying earlier, I have to make these one apart, but I don't actually have to, right? Because there's an item called the configurator right down here, which does the same thing as this wrench, where if two of these pipes are directly next to each other, I can shift right click the connection point and it separates them, right? And that's what this configurator does. But it does it only for the specific mechanism mod. And only that specific wrench does it. Because every other wrench breaks the block when you shift right click. Even if you shift right click the connection point, right? But this is way down here. And in every other mod, this has been optional when something is completely separated from everything else. But it's not optional. And the reason this pisses me off, right? If we go over here to applied energetics, you have to get these in order to start the quest. And again, everything here is visible except for this, which is in all of them. Which is like, this is a part of all the mods, all rights reserved, blah, 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 blah. Nothing that's really important, right? But the quartz wrench, you can see is directly connected to it. Directly connected to the start. And then you look at it, it's like, oh, there's another bit that's coming out from it. It goes to this, which connects to the applied energistics storage system, right? But it's a quartz wrench, which I have one. If we come right over here, I have one. It's right here. And this wrench does the exact same thing as the pipe wrench from the pipes mod. The exact same, it functions the exact same. Okay, so if I were to place two of these next to each other, it has a connection point, and I shift right click with the applied energistics mod wrench, it separates them, blah, 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 blah. It functions the exact same. So I was like, oh, because it functions the same as the wrench that I've already made, all of the pipes must work the same, but it doesn't. Mechanism has its own specific wrench way down here in this area that is entirely optional. You don't really need to make any of these. You don't. Except for maybe these. But these are not required to advance the quest line. So anyways, this video has gone on for 40 minutes. I'm done ranting. This has been my rant. This is my corner. This is what I do. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Leave a dislike. Leave a comment. Let me know why you don't like it. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe. Thank you all for coming to my corner. I've been the DM as always. As I said, if you liked the video, hit the like button. Hit subscribe. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button. Leave a comment. Let me know why. We'll see you all later.